True, the former Defence Minister Arun Jaitley and Parliamentary Standing Committee on Defence may be right when they voice their concern on the state of defence preparedness, calling it dismal. Why? Obviously, the politico-bureaucratic woeful knowledge on warfare, especially modern day. Whether the Bofors scam in 1980 or the Coffin Gate scam after Kargil conflict undoubtedly paralyzed decision-making by bureaucrats on key issues. Ironically, the service chiefs of armed forces and the director generals of paramilitary forces quite often getting muted to air realities to their political bosses is another major factor. They are obsessed with empire-building syndrome and prefer to toe the line of their political masters for the sake of post-retirement rehabilitation. As a result, crisis of monumental proportions confronts India today. In wars, especially in modern-day warfare, it is the quality that counts, not the quantity. Hence, Indian Armed Forces, though considered to be third largest in the world, finds itself irrelevant in a futuristic war scenario. Interestingly, the holy cow syndrome prevents informed debates. Debates are mostly budget-centric allocation based on percentage of GDP, 2.24% of GDP in 1997 to 1998 to 1.79% of GDP in 2013 and 2014. Even the two spikes on increase in 2008 and 2009 and 2009 and 2010 are on account of pay commission arrears. Defense versus development versus subsidies similarly tilts in favor of subsidies first, followed by development next. Three major heads of expenditure, interest 34%, subsidies 23% and defense 18% account for 75% of the non-planned expenditure. Hardly there is ever innovative discussion on trade-off between them and also various combat systems vital for prioritization of induction among various services. With rapidly altering technology, sophistication and strategic environment, armies world over, particularly the USA and China among others, are engaged in redefining roles, strategies and doctrines and building new type of combat forces through restructuring by theater-specific forces, integration and downsizing to effectively engage adversaries in Generation 5 warfare. While the USA performs global policeman player, then China is a regional player. Yet, USA has reduced its force levels from 2.151 in 1985 to 1.369 million in 2013. China from 3.9 in 1985 to 2.285 million. Russia with force level of 0.766 million in 2013. In contrast, Indian armed forces have increased from 1.286 in 1985 to 1.325 million in 2013 with 1.3 million paramilitary forces. Thus far, it's pathetic as far as the state of planning and preparedness of armed and central paramilitary forces in all spheres of India are concerned. The Standing Committee admits in its report, and I quote, "As per Defence Ministry's own submission, the impact of shortfall in capital budget will lead to slowdown of modernization, delay in induction of new capabilities and resultant asymmetry in capability with respect to threat perception. This appears to demonstrate a lackadaisical approach of the ministry." In other words, India today is nowhere near preparing for technology-age wars, cyber and network-centric warfare, besides WMDs, laser combat systems, missiles of all types, drones, GPS communication and navigation systems, and conventional combat systems like high-tech fighters, guns, tanks and so on by a wide range of adversaries in a more complex, high-intensity combat over widely distributed space. That's reality. What Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his new Defence Minister Manohar Parrikh will do to overcome these shortfalls, one has to wait and see. News Desk, Mango News.
जेल जाना चाहोगे अभी क्या मैं समझे क्या? ये टाइल्स लगा रहे हो? इसकी तनख्वाह से लेंगे वापिस पैसा? शर्म करो, शर्म जनता का पैसा है। ये पूरा वापिस करो। कहाँ से लिया है ये? कौन कंपनी है ये? मैडम आज ही हम शासन को रिपोर्ट भेजेंगे कि ये क्या क्या कर रहे हैं आप लोग।